Hello everyone, thanks for tuning in to today's video. We're going to have a look at the weather for the next 10 to 14 days for today's video. That's going to take us, well, day 10 takes us around the 20th of July, and we'll be able to extend out beyond that with extended GFS and ECM ensemble, so into around a couple of weeks. However, we've got to see at the CFSV2 at the end of the video for August. And I'll get on that for you very shortly, just to say that JMA Friday has been released. That's a month-end look ahead with Japanese and CFSV2 models, and also the European Outlook has been released today as well. We're going to have a live stream coming up tonight after 10 o'clock, just to ease you into your weekend, and also to have a look at the 12s then. There are a few signs of some hot weather in around 10 days' time, probably very brief. Spell of hotter weather, but in around 7, 8 days, 7, 8, 9, 10, we might pull up some heat from the south. If we do, it could result in thunder. We'll have plenty on that in this video, and we'll have a look at 12s tonight after 10 o'clock in a very brief live stream, maybe lasting around half an hour to ease you into your weekend. Okay, so we're going to start off though with this video having a look at what's going on the eastern side of America. So we've got Tropical Storm Faye. So yesterday we had a disturbance area around the Carolinas. That's moving northwards now, and it has developed off the east coast of America into Tropical Storm Faye. So this is from the National Hurricane Center. That is Faye sitting off the mid-Atlantic coast of North America. Let's just see what the latest is on this storm. So it's giving maximum sustained winds of 50 miles per hour with a minimum central pressure of 1,002 millibars, and it's moving northwards at 10 miles per hour. So this is the forecast track for Tropical Storm Faye. The current position of Faye is just there, remaining as a tropical storm through the rest of today, moving further northwards, getting into the eastern side of the state of New York sometime sort of early tomorrow morning, and then carrying on, moving northwards, becoming a tropical depression, and then going post-tropical as it moves up towards Canada as we go over the weekend. Going to generally bring a lot of heavy showers and thunderstorms to this northeastern part of America over the weekend. Plenty of refreshing rains to come in the northeast this weekend. Coming back closer to home, temperatures are struggling again. These are our sort of current temperatures from XC Weather as of 12:38. So we've just about clawed our way up to 20 degrees at Lydd Airport. But otherwise, temperatures are still under 20 degrees through most areas. Farnborough at 17, for example. Bournemouth is at 17. Exeter at just 16. Newquay at 15, going further northwards. We've got Church Lawford at just 15 degrees. Wittering at 15. Sennybridge at 14. Lake Vyrnwy just 12 degrees. Capel Currig at 12. Rhyl at 14. These are atrocious temperatures yet again. Leek at 11 degrees in the middle of the day on the 10th of July. These are absolutely dreadful temperatures once again. Linton on Ouse is at 17. Warcob is at 13. Reddersdale is at 13. Prestwick is at 16. Belfast at just 13. Tulloch Bridge at just 12. Loch Glasgarnock is at 11. Now Hara is at 13. And Aberdeen is at 16. Down into East Anglia, Norwich is just 17. These are terrible temperatures again for the middle of the day on the 10th day of July. Utterly atrocious once more. It is a little bit brighter though, so that's one thing that today has got going for it. It's slightly brighter than we've had for a few days, and although we have got this very chilly northwesterly wind blowing, not very chilly for time of year, northwesterly wind blowing, it is an indication that as we go through the weekend we are going to see improvement. So things will start to feel warmer, it's going to turn dry, it can turn sunnier over the weekend. These are the GFS upper air temperature and precipitation ensembles for the next couple of weeks. We're looking at Wattisham today. This is a suggested location for this part of the video. If you'd like to have your local town or city feature within the videos, then please let us know, and we're happy to add you to the list. So red line is a 30-year upper air temperature average for Wattisham. We're starting off below average at the moment. Temperature's very depressed. Over the next few days, we are going to see a very slow, gradual, painfully slow lift up in the upper air temperatures. It's not until we get towards the second half next week, really, but we find the upper air temperatures going above average. However, there are a few quite hot outliers appearing now for this period around the 19th to the 22nd or 23rd of July. It's quite extended. It's quite extended range stuff. But several of these ensemble members are going up to around 15 degrees at 850 HPA. 15 degrees at 850 HPA would typically be enough to get southern England anyway to around 30 Celsius, 86 Fahrenheit. So signs, but in the third week of July, we may get a hot spell. If we do, it is likely to be quite brief, I think, probably only lasting 2 or 3 days, and then we drop away again, and it may involve a thundery breakdown as well. So it could be a classic 2 or 3 hot days, 3 hot days in a thunderstorm type scenario. More about it in a moment. Precipitation wise, so plenty of dry weather coming up over next week. Not completely dry, there will be some rain around, showers in the east today, could be some showers again on Tuesday. Otherwise, a fair amount of dry weather. Now, as we go into the very extended range, we get more precipitation spikes as the temperature drops away from that lift up, and of course that could involve a thundery breakdown. Temperature anomalies from the 10th to the 18th of July are going to be below average, a cooler than average week coming up. Precipitation anomalies from the 10th through to the 18th of July. So driving average for more southern and western southwestern parts of the country, near normal elsewhere. Expect these to turn drier in the next couple of days. Here's today's how today's wind flow map is looking from earthnullschool.net. So you can see that we are bringing in these very chilly, for the time of year anyway, very chilly northwesterly winds, feeding in air from like Greenland and moving southwards across the country. There is an area of low pressure in the middle of the Atlantic, quite a deep area of low pressure. However, we have got the Azores High down here, and this ridge is going to be extending towards us as we go into the weekend. And we see that on the UK Met 72-hour forecast from the midnight run of UK Met for Monday, 13th of July. Yes, we've got a ridge extending across the country. Already, it is being put under pressure in the north, though. So this ridge only lasts a couple of days, and then we're bringing the weather system into the north with some outbreaks of rain on Monday. But for England and Wales, mainly dry and quite warm. The high pressure then pulls out to our west as we go through to Tuesday. We start to drop in a trough across the country. That probably increases the risk of showers on Tuesday. Then into Wednesday, we've got a ridge down to our southwest again, low pressure up to the northwest, so looking a bit showery from the north, probably mostly dry, just about down in the south, and that's how we're looking to get through to Thursday. So again, a ridge across the south probably keeps southern England mainly dry, but in the north it does look a little bit more on the south. So a north-south split probably setting up next week. That's the UK Met, as far as we can go with the UK Met. This is the latest run of the GFS 6Z, and again, we've got that ridge across England and Wales, particularly on Monday, giving a mainly dry, quite warm day there. It is more showery up in the north. Through to Tuesday, the ridge pulls out to our west. We start to drop in this trough, so that increased risk of showers on Tuesday. Wednesday and Thursday turns drier and warmer for England and Wales as the ridge starts to build back in again. Still looking a little bit showery up in the northwest. We go through to Friday and then on into Saturday next week, and the ridge is developing more strongly across the country, so this is turning most of us dry. In the south, the temperature should be getting pretty warm as well. And then that ridge sort of slips over to the eastern side of us as we get through to Sunday the 19th of July, which starts to pull up some much warmer, probably hotter, actually, southerly winds. The upper air temperatures are beginning to become very warm down in the south. And yes, as we get to day 10, which is Monday the 20th of July, we are pulling up a very warm to possibly hot southerly wind. Our rare temperatures are reaching 15 degrees at 850 HPA down in the southeast. So yes, that's probably enough to get southeast England to 30 Celsius on that day, day 10. It is only very brief, though. By Tuesday, 21st of July, low pressure's meandering in off the Atlantic. We're starting to break things down, and that suggests a thundery breakdown really just beyond day 10. Still hot, though, for that day, Tuesday, 21st of July. Again, temperatures probably into below 30 Celsius down in the southeast, but with thunder. And then that heat and thunder is swept away as this low pressure moves in off the Atlantic. Classic sort of 3 hot days in a thunderstorm type scenario, and then back into cooler, fresher winds from the Atlantic. And then that takes us up to the end of the GFS run, which today gets us 26th of July, and we're much cooler and much more unsettled then. So yes, the mixed summer continues there, but with a couple of hot days before we have a thundery breakdown around day 10, 11. Here's how the GM is looking. So again, a lot of dry, fine and warm weather on Monday, especially so for England and Wales, before it turns cooler and more showery for Tuesday. Cooler, showery conditions continue to Wednesday, and then Thursday and Friday it starts to turn drier and warmer for England and Wales, but for Scotland and Northern Ireland, probably still cool and showery. Into the following weekend, Saturday 18th to Sunday the 19th of July, ridge is building in the south. That's turning southern areas drier and warmer. Still quite cool and showery though up in the north. By the time we get through to day 10, that's how we look. So a little bit in between. It's not going as warm as the GFS is up that point. Nevertheless, we are still just about dragging up the 15 Celsius ice firm into the southeast, but it's less suggestive of a thundery breakdown that around day 10. But probably turning very warm anyway for a day or two down in the south. ECM looks like this. So again, the ridge extending through the country on Monday, especially in the south. Doesn't last long. Tuesday we turn showery again, particularly up in the north. That showery weather lasting to Wednesday. Thursday and Friday sees the ridge building back in from the Azores High. So we begin to turn drier and warmer again into the second half of next week. Over the weekend of the 18th and 19th of July, England and Wales looking dry and warm to very warm. Cooler and more showery conditions up in the north. That's how the upper air temperatures look for Sunday the 19th of July. 15 Celsius ice firm is just about being dragged into the southern part of the country. And potentially looking very warm by day 10. This is Monday the 20th of July. We've got a ridge then sitting over and to the east of the country. Just here, and that is starting to pull up some very warm to possibly quite hot air into the south. There's our upper air temperatures for day 10. Yes, it does look hot actually for England and Wales. I suspect if we could roll on any further, which we can't, but if we could, I think we would see this heat low down across Spain, decoupling from Spain and moving northwards. And we'd probably, if we could roll on another day or so, probably find ourselves in a big thundery breakdown. But there is just a suggestion that things could get quite hot today around days 9, 10, before a thundery breakdown takes place around day 11. This was the precipitation forecast based on that ECM run from Meteo.com. Showery in the east today. Some big showers coming up this afternoon, actually. Then over weekend, mostly dry. Into next week, showery rain in the north and the west. More widespread showers on Tuesday and into Wednesday too, before things then start to dry out in the second half of next week. And of course, then we start to drag up those warm winds from the south. Never truly settles down for Scotland and Northern Ireland though. That's how we're going to get to day 10. Still some showery rain left in the northwest, otherwise mostly dry, and temperatures are becoming quite hot in the south. This is the option that's on the table within the ECM ensembles today for day 10 for the 20th of July from the Icelandic Met Office. 51 out of 51 members of the ECM ensembles, including the operational run, which is the run we've just been talking about, have above average heights, high pressure to our east and southeast, and will be drawing up that very warm to locally hot southerly winds. So yes, it does look as though this warm up around days 8, 9, 10 is quite well supported from the ECM ensemble. So all of a sudden we have latched on to a couple of hot days coming up around days 9 and 10. But it doesn't last all that long, and as we go to 2 weeks out, these are the options that we've got. This gets us to the 25th of July. So 24 members of the ECM ensembles then setting up low pressure to our east, high pressure out to the northwest. That's a lot cooler for the end of July. Winds in from the north and of course a lot more unsettled too. 14 have a mid-Atlantic ridge, so they're dry-ish, but they are bringing in the winds from the north. So again, they're going to be quite cool. 13 have high pressure just over and to the west of the country, with the jet stream to the north. That's going to be the driest, warmest option. Those 13 there. But overall, it looks as though things go cooler again after that very brief hot interlude. Doesn't look like we'll be very long before we go back into cooler northerly winds. Finally, the CFS-V2 for August. These are 700 millibar heights. Obviously, the 700 millibar height anomaly, I should say, for August 2020. On the face of it, not too bad, really. Above average height centred over to the west of the country, also extending towards the east a little bit. It's almost very, very good, that. It's just that we've got lower pressure around here. But if that high pressure started to extend any further north, we would actually have a high pressure over top of the country. As it is probably a reasonably settled and relatively warmest signal for August. The temperature anomaly is near normal, so not particularly hot, and the precipitation anomaly probably near normal to slightly drier than average. But I think that's not too bad, really. And as I say, if that high pressure was to extend, it centres like just to our southwest, but if it was to extend just a little bit further north, a couple of 100 miles further north, we'd set it up over top of the country. I mean, obviously, that would take us off and running into a much warmer spell of weather for August. Okay, that's it then. So what we're focusing on at the moment is like turning drier over the weekend into the early part of next week. Then we probably get a cooler showering interruption around Tuesday and Wednesday. So yes, we do get a bit of an introduction to the drier weather through the middle part of next week. Then the second half of next week, probably back to high pressure, and that one might start to drag up some warmer winds sort of next weekend and into the third week of July. We could turn things hot, actually, in the south, just for a day or two, around 20th of July. We might turn things quite hot, but it looks like it'll be very, very brief if we do, and then we're into a thundery breakdown before cooler weather probably takes us into the last week of July. I think that's what I'm focusing on at the moment, and of course there'll be more about this in videos over the weekend. That's it for your videos for today. We are going to have a live stream tonight after 10 o'clock looking at the 12Z. It'll be half an hour or so. We'll all have a bit of a laugh and ease into the weekend and have a look at the 12Z model runs as well. Lots coming up over the weekend. 10 o'clock weekend forecast. We've got a 10 to 14 day video update as well. We've got some autumn analogs coming up for you on Sunday, as well as GavsWeatherVids study roundup. And of course our live stream on Sunday evening from 6 o'clock will include Patal Pen's analogues for the winter of 2020-21. The update is out. I'm going to show you it in the live stream on Sunday at 6. I think it will be highly anticipated. But we'll be back after 10 tonight, just half an hour. So come back for that then if you can. Otherwise, we'll see you over the weekend. That's all for now, and thanks for watching.